Hi, and welcome back to Pint Guilt-Free Torah. We know that names are very significant in Judaism. People name sometimes for a parent, a grandparent, a great-grandparent, an aunt or an uncle, someone who's been significant in your life. It could be a family friend. Someone that has a lot of meaning for you, and you're thinking of that when you name your child. Sometimes people name a child for a concept like simcha or menucha, which would be happiness or tranquility. So very beautiful ideas. We think a lot before giving a name. I spoke to someone once whose father's name was Chaim Sholem. Why? His father was born right after his grandparents had gotten out of the camps. And it was right after World War II. And they were thinking, for this child, what would they like? Chaim, life and peace. So that's our introduction to this verse, which says, Ve'elu shmos b'nei Levi. These are the names of the sons of Levi. L'tolosam, in order of their birth. Gershon, Ukahas, Umorori. Gershon, Kahas, Umorori. Now, why are those names significant? It's important to know that the tribe of Levi was not part of the general decree that the Jews would be enslaved. This was the one tribe they were not enslaved. Why that is, subject of another conversation. But the rest of the Jews were all slaves, millions of slaves, and the tribe of Levi were not. They were living as free people. But still, they understood the suffering of their Jewish brothers and sisters. And therefore, Shevet Levi, the tribe of Levi, they named their children. They wanted to name their children as markers, so to speak, of the pain that their brothers and sisters are going through. So number one is Gershom, which means they were foreigners. We realize this is not our land. This is what they're doing to our brothers and sisters. They're enslaving them and persecuting them. Kahas means they overpowered. They were overpowered. The Jewish nation was helpless at that point, other than the fact that God took them out. So they're overpowered. And Morori, they made their lives bitter, from the word mar. So you see that the tribe of Levi, although they themselves weren't suffering, being as the rest of the Jewish people were, they wanted to give names to signify that. And it brings us back to the concept we've spoken on so many other times, that to feel the suffering of other people. Just because I'm not suffering doesn't mean I shouldn't feel somebody else's suffering. You can't always help. You don't always have the money to help, or the resources, or even the emotional support, because you yourself might be wiped out. Whatever the situation is, you can at least feel for the person, think of the other person, and pray for the other person. That's something every single one of us could do. Everyone have a wonderful Shabbos.